Hello, I'm Jan Smith with Citizens for Family Preservation. Today I'm going to talk about Child Protective Services and how to obtain inexpensive legal services and advice. As you know, there's two things that need to happen. The first one is that information needs to get out to the people a little more quickly. They need to know what kind of advocacy is out there. They need to know the law. In my own case, it took me a year of solid studying to begin to even remotely understand the system. So right from the beginning of Child Protective Services action, people need to know what their rights are, what the laws are, etc., etc. And so it's time to kind of put together a package to distribute it out to the people so that they understand what they're up against. The second thing is they need inexpensive legal advice. Now, bundled services and unbundled services from attorneys, it's good to understand that concept, particularly with extended family who are being charged anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000 for an attorney to take their case to get custody of grandchildren, nieces, nephews, etc. So to get unbundled services means that you would have to do some of the legwork yourself. This means kind of becoming a student of the law. You can look around and try to find an attorney who will do unbundled services, which brings me to my second suggestion: how to do your own case through pro se, or at least part of it, and still get unlimited legal advice and document review. I've been a member of Prepaid Legal Services for a number of years, and I'm also a distributor, and I want to talk about how that works with Child Protective Services because I used them in my own case. First of all, at each step of the way, you can contact them. You can talk about what your legal rights are, what you can and can't do, what a party to the case is, what an affidavit is, what a motion and petition are, how to fill them out. So you can get these free documents and you can fill them out. You can fax them to Prepaid Legal Services. They can fax them back with any recommendations, and then you can revise it and have a completely legal and very professional looking document. So that's pretty critical, and it costs a lot less than even going to a paralegal. The unlimited part and the step-by-step process is pretty important, but also if you need an attorney to go to court with, you get 1/3 off. And 1/3, if you're talking about $10,000, 1/3 off can be a significant amount of money. So if you're a Prepaid Legal Services member, you not only have regular unlimited legal advice, the ability to have document review, but then you also get 1/3 off of all your legal services. This also covers the entire family, and as you know, children have rights also and complications throughout this process. So you can not only call them and get unlimited legal advice about your own personal situation, but you can also call and get legal advice about what your children are going through. Many of you perhaps have gone through situations where they're in foster care, they're not being cared for appropriately. This is a situation that you can call Prepaid Legal Services in their behalf, and they can make phone calls for you as your attorney. They can write letters in your behalf. So all of that is included. What does that mean? How much is that? We're talking $16 per month. Okay? That's not very much when you're talking about tackling a process that's huge. I also recommend there's a $1 extra, and it deals with discrimination issues because they're targeting poor families. In the law, in the federal law, they're targeting poor families. So this has become kind of a discrimination issue. If they're only going to be removing children from families who are DSHS eligible, there's something wrong with that picture. So we're talking about only $1 extra per month, and then you have discrimination rights issues. This particular program covers a wide variety of legal issues, and oftentimes families come to the table with a host of issues that maybe need to get cleaned up, not just Child Protective Services, maybe credit, maybe traffic tickets. Prepaid Legal Services is known to actually represent you in court if they think that your traffic ticket was doled out unfairly. So these are some of the things that you might want to consider. Unbundled services, prepaid legal services. So what does it cost to become a distributor? It costs $49. That includes the DVD training, and it includes all of your startup paperwork. So if you're interested in this, you can contact me at Washington State Extended Families at live.com. That's Washington State Extended Families at live.com. Another thing that this particular service is really good for is if you have extended family in one state and the case is in another state. Oftentimes the Child Protective Services will not send children out of state for family to have custody. What's nice about this is that it's in all 50 states. So you'll have attorneys who can handle your case in your state, and then you'll have attorneys that can handle your case in another state. So this is pretty critical as well. Again, you can contact me at Washington State Extended Families at live.com, and I can help get you set up in this particular venue. I'm going to be starting an online talk show to discuss this particular issue so that everybody in all 50 states who are signing up for prepaid legal services, we can come together and we can talk about any concerns that we have regarding prepaid legal services and work through those concerns, because as you know, the Bar Association trains all of these attorneys, and they have to be kind of retrained by us in some respects. So we're going to talk about how to do that, and also how to market prepaid legal services to people in the system, how to develop questionnaires, how to go out into the public and talk, how maybe to even go into the courtrooms and distribute literature. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. And again, it's Washington State Extended Families at live.com. Thank you.